All right, good evening and welcome back to the Automobilista Australia Super 2 Summer Series from Townsville. Doing just a little bit later than normal as a big clap of thunder goes off overhead, but here we are. Townsville, we've had a short practice session. We've also had a lot of time set in the practice server, but after a very intriguing first couple of races from Hidden Valley, gentlemen, from what we've seen at practice times and from what we've seen so far tonight, what do we expect, or what can we expect from this Townsville street circuit?
We can expect some close racing again, similar to the likes that we see at Adelaide. We've got walls around us, and then we've got the parkland circuits at the back of the circuit where it's a lot more open, where drivers can be opportunistic and make a couple of passes, get on two wheels, and hit the curbs pretty hard. But tyre-wise, we're going to see not a lot of drivers on the hard tyres, but pretty much softs, double soft race, and then some pretty fast racing between a lot of the close guys. But we've got Redmond closely up, about 4/10 ahead of Scott Stancliffe in that practice session.
Yeah, it's about
Yep.
5/10 as well in the live races, so a bit of a gap there, Luke.
Yeah, it's just the amount of effort that Tim has put in to his practice and his setup work, but also a point that Rossi forgot to mention. Just the narrow confines of this circuit. It makes for some interesting racing most of the time. You just got to be careful just to give the extra little space to your opponent when you're battling, and it's most of the time this the circuit does cause a bit of carnage.
Yeah, so I reckon we were, I guess, blessed in at Hidden Valley with the big grid that we had and some tight, twisty corners that on the first lap we didn't see some bigger incidents. I'm not sure if we're going to avoid it here from Townsville. Hopefully we do, but being a street circuit and what we've seen in real life and in sims prior, this circuit does generally throw up a massive crash or two. Hopefully we avoid it though. But anyway, qualifying is underway. Termo will be the first man to set a time, but we'll follow NZ Snipes, or NZ Snipes depending on where you're from, but we'll track him around this Townsville circuit and see how he's able to attack the street circuit here. He was third overall fastest in the all the practice sessions that have been held. He's also done a heap of laps, guys. 170 laps with 135 completed. So
ridiculous amount of laps.
I think, Luke, if he closed his eyes at night, he'd be able to draw this circuit with the back of his eyelids.
Yeah, a bit like me around Adelaide Street Circuit. Anyway, it's a tremendous effort that these guys have put in practice. As we see Termo go purple in the second split, but so far it's Scott Stancliffe with the fastest first sector, 21.1 at the timing line.
Hans has gone purple in the middle now. Line Mitch.
Yep, Line Mitch 16.7. As well.
The first sector is very tight. Middle sector, a little bit of gaps between a number of the drivers, but yeah, that first sector, mega close. Snipes and 11.9. That is a handy lap time around here, so that's definitely a soft. 11.9 as well from Dane Liccardo. Brunswick 11.7 to the top. It's going to be tight up here at the top here. So what can...
Brunswick, Townsville Specialist goes to the top, 11.7.
And... Line Mitch now at 11.2, so he's had a big dip. That's the second overall fastest time that we've seen throughout all the practice servers. Stancliffe now goes P2, 11.6. And, well, gentlemen, already a hot and heavy start to qualifying.
Where's Redmond, actually? I saw him on track. Oh, yeah, there he is, coming through the last corner.
Yeah, so far nobody looking to challenge Line Mitch's splits.
And, well, he's Redmond third, so... wasn't able to put it all together there. He's actually
lost in the middle.
Went purple in the final sector, but he's his middle sector there, Rossi, as you said, not too good.
Yeah, about 5/10 away from Line Mitch and 4/10 away from Scott Stancliffe, who now jumps up to second in the middle sector. So he must have made a little mistake there.
And for whatever reason, getting some kind of graphical glitch on Pierre Roy's car for me. It's all white. The windows still work, but his car's gone white, so McGame's just cracking a bit of a tanty there for God knows whatever reason.
Braxton Stancliffe going to P10. Good effort from him. As we see, looks like Lachlan Locke, the next one to finish his lap. And he goes to P20 for 15 flat, so maybe looking for a bit more time. And Aljit Mishra, well, 14.6, so...
It's throwing down outside, so I do apologise if this broadcast does get cut short here. Some storms. Probably some more hail too, but... yeah, just having a look at the times here. 1.5 seconds between first and 12th place. Very, very tight indeed.
Cecil and Justin Cecil, so the Cecils both looking to finish their laps. Looks like Matt's going to be the quicker of both the Cecils here. 17.1 in sector 2. As Justin coming around the final corner. And it's a 13.6. Good effort from Justin. Pretty tidy lap. That's where you see Matt Cecil.
P10, so not a bad effort from him. He's defending a win, so he picked up a win here in the inaugural
reverse grid race.
Yeah, the reverse grid, and he won that quite comfortably. I think there's a little bit of argy-bargy going on, but he drove a very clean race in that one. Looking at the Discord last few days, he's not too confident about picking up a win here, but he's certainly going to start in a decent position in this one if he can just avoid turn 1 here. And, well, that looks like just about everybody has now set a time. And, yeah, do you believe that is the case here? So, Lion Mitch on pole. And breaks the Redmond, the stranglehold. And Stancliffe as well, able to get himself ahead of his fellow Kiwi driver.
Yep, Scott, Tim, should I say, Redmond, he's about half a second away from his personal best around here. I think it's an 11.1 for Tim. If that's his quality run he did in practice. So I don't think that would be on hard tyres. It's just a mistake on his end. But yeah, like Mitch, just a spectacular lap. 3/10 ahead of Scott Stancliffe there. So he'll be looking to convert that pole into a win in race 1. And as I mentioned before, it's a great effort from everyone to actually finish a lap around here, because it's quite easy to sort of, have a bit of a moment or even get a track cut around here, Lewis.
Yeah, turn 2 has been a bit of a talking point, or I believe it's been a talking point, with some drivers picking up track cuts there on the apex. There has been track limits. When we redid this circuit in the track pack last year, the track limits for some circuits like Albert Park and Townsville here were changed. Albert Park needed quite a drastic change.
A lot.
Yeah, for some of the corners and exits where you'd get pinged. Yeah, turn 3 here at Townsville. You could, before the change, you could go all 4 wheels over beyond the curb. That has been changed, so you can't do that now. So, number of drivers finding out the hard way in the practice servers that have been up. But yeah, it should be an interesting one. Have had the points updated from the last round. Of course, Tim Redmond still leading the championship. Lion Mitch still about 200 points away. Coxie still holding on to 3rd place, but he's got NZ Snipes not too far away. Turmo dropping down a spot there. Stancliffe moving up quite a bit. So Stancliffe, if he can continue this form, we should see him, I'd imagine, guys, work his way into the top 4, maybe even the top 3 of the standings. With Snipes, he's only outside the top 3, guys, because of a couple non-finishes.
Yeah, a couple non-finishes early in the year at Adelaide, and the first race at Winton really hurt his position in the championship. But just the last 2 races we saw before, he's definitely showed that he's actually in this fight for the championship and has the pace to match the likes of Tim Redmond and Scott Stancliffe. So if he can continue this form, he'll be good.
And then, of course, Stancliffe Didn't have the most ideal start of the season as well, but yeah, he's been quite good these last few races. A couple hiccups with penalties. He did lose a podium position at Winton due to cutting the white lines on pit exit. That is a big no-no in any series in real life and in any AMSOZ series, and unfortunately picked up 25-second post-race penalty, which dropped him down to 7th there, but still picking up points in the end, and looking handy at the moment. Burko, up and down season. Unfortunately for him, though, having some lag issues, but it's good to see, though, guys, he's still keeping at it, and in the server, at least, for this one.
Yeah, it's good. It's just Burko, when he's got a good setup and he's got some degree of practice, he can be lightning quick. So, yeah, it's good to have him still in the server and having a go, but yeah, it was just pretty unfortunate. Unfortunate for him in the last race, having those connection issues hampering his chance.
Yeah, bit of a shame, but good to see him back out there having a dip. Got Taipan there in 8th. He's had a up and down season. Started quite well at Adelaide, but again, he's just been a little bit inconsistent. Hasn't been the fastest guy out there. He's also had a little bit of bad luck too. That's why he finds himself in 8th. Mishra hasn't had too much practice by the looks of it leading up to this round, and that's why he's just sort of falling away here. Hans put together a good couple races. It was a little bit of a punching bag in the second race at Hidden Valley, but we do know he is a quality driver, so he's starting to move up in the standings now. Over the page, Darren Kemp, 11th place. That's where he seems to sit, and he's been there for quite a while. Same with Peter Thrower. He's been in 12th place for a couple of rounds now. Cecil in 13th. He's dropped a couple spots. And then we have Steve Warwick and Brapp in 14th and 15th. They've remained in that position for a few rounds as well. Same with Justin, Cecil, Rody, Freakish, Lock and Hughes. They've all been roughly the same throughout the last few rounds. Over the page. And Matt White and Motorsport are leading the charge at the moment, but ProDrive not too far away. And then we have 888 Race Engineering in 3rd. Walkinshaw in 4th there, edging their way closer to the front. And then we have Nissan, Gary Auditors Motorsport, Lucas Dumbrell, they're moving forward as well. Brad Jones Racing in 8th. DGR Team Penske and Erebus, of course, plane crash at the Arctic there. But has ticked over to the race session, I do believe.
Yes.
So
they're about to get away.
I do apologise. Just got to sort out the graphics for you on screen, and then we'll cut to Line Mitch starting our formation lap. And well, Rossi, why don't you run us through the grid here for race 1 here from Townsville?
Yes, I better take it away. We've got Line Mitch, our pole sitter for race 1 here at Townsville. Scott Stancliffe coming off a good race 1 and 2 at Hidden Valley in the previous race, starting 2nd. Hans Brunswick looking to make up, Tim Redmond in 3rd. Oh, we got mistaken by his position, but Tim Redmond in 3rd for this race. Hans looking to make up from a couple of battles at Hidden Valley, starting 4th. NZ Snipes in 5th alongside young Dan Picardo in the Pro Drive entry. Peter Thrower and Termo share the 4th row of the grid alongside, we've got Daniel Cox and Matt Cecil at the back of the top 10. Young Braxton, his best starting position in his short career here at AMSOZ, in 11th. Darren Kemp starting 12th in the Matt White Motorsport Nissan. Steve Burko making his long-awaited return of 20 minutes for starting 13th. Lockie Burke in the Team 18 starting 14th. Steve Warwick in the BJR car starting 15th. Freakish alongside him in 16th. No, you don't want to say?
Cheese!
Starting 17th. Taipan, the other Pro Drive car, in 18th. Pierre Roy making it this race without a disconnection issue, 19th. Nathan Higginson in 20th. Justin Cecil in the Erebus car, where it should be by Lewis's standards, in 21. First, Brapp, 22nd. Ujrik Mishra at 23rd next to his teammate. Lockie Lock, the furthest back of the Erebus cars, 24th. Rody in the LDM car, 25th. Walshy in 26, and rounding out the grid in the DJR Team Penske is Glenn Miles.
Yeah, so bumper 27 car grid here, and there's a couple minor changes to some liveries out there. The Brian Walsh Mega Car seeing a change. The Gary Rogers cars, we did see at Hidden Valley running the original livery there. And got Nathan Higginson coming in, so he's going to start from the pits. I reckon he's going to try and no-stop this here. And I don't know why else he would pit on the formation lap, so that's my guess.
He should have stopped for fuel though. Oh, he may be doing that now.
Well, Miles once again trying to find the grid spot. Not too hard to find, but yeah, he's just having a bit of trouble as always finding the grid spot. But
yeah. Well, it seems to be either he or Walshy.
Yeah.
Or Roadie, those three. They always seem to
point of interest just before we start. The first corner does tighten up, but we're going to see what's going to happen here. Race 1 at Townsville. Here we go.
Jump start for Stancliffe. Jump start.
No.
He just rolled a little bit. He didn't accelerate away. And, well, that's going to stuff his race and championship hopes up, I do imagine. But through the tightening turn 1 they go. And now to 2. A little bit of lag. And a little bit of pinballing down the back there. Does everyone get through there okay? Oh, there's a car around. That's Cecil. He's got turned, and there's the monster car that's also been turned around.
Both pro-drive racing cars have drivers the first corner, but we go back to the lead here.
So Braxton ran into the back of another car, and then, I don't know, I think Cecil got a helping hand again from Braxton. So Braxton...
Stancliffe got a massive hit from Brunswick, and he nearly lost it at the chicane there. Argy-bargy here at Townsville.
Yeah, so let's just have a look here. Oh, it was also... Yeah, it's just cars trying to go around the outside there, and it's a loss of control for Stancliffe. It's going to be awkward because he's got to get to the right-hand side. He's in a pack of cars. Can he get into the pits? Will he go into the pits? No, he's not going to serve it straight away. I personally would have, just to not lose as much time battling people, but like Mitch, just
monster margin.
He's got a big gap, 2.5 seconds to Brunswick, who's got Redmond behind him. So I expect round 2, just like Hidden Valley, between Redmond and Brunswick, and well, that could be a massive free kick for Lime Mitch here.
Oh, Daniel Cox, massive dive at turn 1, but Kempy's going to have the cutback, and he's going to regain 9th place from Daniel Cox. As Burko's going to have a dive at Braxton there. It's turn.
And he's got turn 3, yeah, and he's got the job done. Coxie all over the back of Kemp. Peter Thrower looks like he's just starting to hold up Kemp just a little bit here. And Stancliffe is stuck behind turn at the moment. Of course, he's got a drive-through to serve, and Pierre Roy's got himself a drive-through. So
must be a track cut.
I couldn't imagine that being a track cut. It has to be for entering into the pits.
Is he in the pits?
He's not in the top 20.
Yes, he just came out of the pits.
Thrower wide there. No, now Burko on the back.
Let's make a move for P2, guys. Just at the final quarter, Brunswick's going to get the better drive out of the last quarter as they strike it. Oh, someone's around in the background. It's a Nissan Motorsports car.
Oh,
it's that's
cheese has gone around there, and there's contact with Brian Walsh. So let's just have a look and see what's happened here. So he's just a little bit wide, and he's got a serve as well from Burke, who I don't know how he's managed. Oh, and there's contact down the pit straight. Yeah, contact down the pit straight. He got yellows at turn 1. Looks like Roadie's been turned around at turn 1. So we're saying off air that it might be a little bit of a wreckfest here, and unfortunately it has. No, Roadie just out braking himself there. So it's all happening down the back of the field. Still got yellows out. That's Glenn Miles around, and Cheese is he's around again there at turn 1. Pierre Roy's got a drive-through to serve. Lime Mitch though, 4.3 seconds in the lead as Tim Redmond makes a move on Brunswick.
Not over yet though. Brunswick looking to have the inside, but Redmond covers. Good racing by Redmond, covering that inside last quarter. But Brunswick, yep, it's going to try and get the cut back as Redmond breaks the slipstream, defending that P2. He needs to, I think he has the pace over Hans Brunswick here, so he needs to try break away from Hans and try catch Mitch, who was absolutely...
Oh!
Oh!
On
There's Dan-
Hans right out sideways there.
And Dan Nakano getting in the back of Hans Brunswick there, outbreaking himself to T2.
I don't think it was so much of an out-breaking moment, it's just the big speed differential, because Hans is sort of battling Redmond. They're side by side again, and that Danger's taken the normal speed. Nothing much he could have done about it there, but side by side again. Hans tried the outside at Stancliffe, and there's a little bit of a contact, but not quite far enough alongside. He's going to try the switchback here. And a little bit further back, we've got Snipes also all over the back of Liccardo.
Yeah, these guys I think need to be a bit smarter than only a lap 4 out of a lap race as Dan Liccardo nearly fronted the back of Hans. They need to be smarter. They need to be smarter.
He's gone.
Oh.
But yeah, continue. They need to be smarter here.
They need to be smarter not to, battle too much because like Mitch, he's absolutely streaking away from this pack. So they just need to, work together, even though they're in different teams, and just try and catch Lime Mitch, who is streaking away here.
Well, I think it's over. 6.5 seconds. If Mitch doesn't make a mistake here, you're not going to get that back here, especially with tyre wear so high. So I think they've cost themselves. They've shot themselves not only in the 1 foot, they've shot themselves in both feet, and then decided to hack one of their hands off with a machete. So they're in a world of strife here, and they're going to need a miracle to turn this around. Snipes, though, he's looking to, well, try and get another second place here. He's in the hunt, and also Turmo, he's having a good run there in P5, just ahead of Peter Thrower, as Burko getting on 2 wheels there. Nice little action shot, and oh no, jeez, has got himself a drive-through. But Liccardo and Burko now, 2 teammates, the Pro Drive Racing Australia Super 2 team. Line astern, but Dana will kick himself over that mistake here at the penultimate corner.
Yeah, it's all just seemed to settle down a little bit now. Everyone.
Oh, we got Coxie off!
Oh, maybe not.
Oh, what happened there?
Just cut to a replay. Yeah, cut to a replay here. So at the hairpin.
It was Steve Warwick.
No. Oh no, yeah, Steve Warwick's ran into the back of I think that's Darren Kemp. Yeah, Darren Kemp's there, and he skittled the lot of them there. So innocent bystander Daniel Cox. He's still looking for his big break, and in fact that's more like a broken leg than a big break. So unfortunately there for Coxie, and he's going to have to work his way up through the field. And now we're approaching the halfway point here. Burko's wanting his teammate Liccardo to get a wriggle on. Peter Thrower is wanting Turmo to get a wriggle on, and Turmo's wanting Brian Walsh to get out of the way. And looks like Hans Brunswick coming in. Lime Mitch, his pit crew not getting ready, but Hans looks like he's going for the undercut here.
Yep. So trying to capitalise on just, there's a few people battling behind him, in front of him, and he may not have the pace of Tim Redmond, but as you said, he's going to try something with the strategy here to jump Redmond in the pits.
Oh, Liccardo's in the fence!
Oh!
Again!
I think he got rear-ended there. The angle that he hit the wall there, I wonder if he got rear-ended.
Now, all by himself, Lewis. All by himself, just crossed through a replay, and just broke traction. It's pretty easy to do there. And he broke traction and head on into the wall.
And his teammate's gone into the pits as well, so he's had to go around. So, well, he's shown a decent starting position here. And he's got a lot of work to do.
Oh, Mitch is in the grass.
Yeah, he's off there. But he's still got a sizable lead, so we'll just cut to a bit of a replay here to see what old Lime Mitch has managed here. He's lost the rear. He's actually done a really good job to hold on to that there. A really good job.
I have never seen a car do that there, ever.
So his rear tyres are wrecked. Safe to say. Oh, Redmond! Over the train tracks on the exit, he's almost lost it. So these guys' rear tyres are gone at this stage.
And Mitch is in.
I'm trying to have a look at the timing here.
Redmond's in, Sipes is in.
Middle sector for Hans Brunswick will be the key here in the battle between himself and Redmond. So I'm just waiting to see what Hans does in the middle sector.
He's got clean air. He's got clean air, Lewis. So it should be not too bad for Hans. So it's gonna be crucial here. Where will he rejoin in this battle for first place?
Yeah, everyone is in at the moment. So everyone's just getting to the halfway point, struggling big time.
Lymitch is leaving his box.
So,
He's had to wait for Tarmac.
Sorry, Hans here. Sorry. That's in middle sector 17-0. Tim Redmond a 17-1, but we did see him have a bit of a tank slapper into the hairpin. But we'll cut ahead and see where...
Mitch is out.
Yeah, Mitch is going to be out. Redmond just leaving the pits, but where is the moment? Will he have the momentum, or will Hans? Hans will have the momentum here, and he should be able to swoop ahead.
Oh, Tim's got a block though. Tim's got a block, but he's on the cold tyres.
He's got to do it straight
around
away.
The outside, Hans Brunswick.
Thank you very much. Around the outside, Hans Brunswick.
Thank you very much.
And
Townsville specialist Hans Brunswick, brilliant move.
And yeah, that was a fantastic maneuver. I think we'll cut to a replay of that. And right on board the Lucas Dumbrell Motorsport car. Around the outside here. Gives the space. Nice and smooth on the exit. It's very easy when you try and move like that to just gas it up because you're in a hurry to get going. But he was nice and smooth. And he gets the job done there. And he's managed to get ahead of Brapp, and Redmond's actually dropped a little bit of time here. So I reckon, guys, Hans might be the quicker of the two, going by, obviously, Hans just sticking right behind it, and by Redmond just before the pit stops there.
Yeah, but now we've got to remember that Tim's got the tyre advantage, so he's got one lap fresher tyres than Hans, so it's going to be interesting to see how he fares in final few laps of the race. So yeah, we'll wait and see on Tim's pace as he starts clearly goes past Brapp. So Brapp's going for the hard. He's going for the no stop again, Lewis, I think.
If it's not the no stop, it's that I'm putting hards on and just stopping as late as I can strategy. And the slower he goes, the more fuel he'll save. So he might be able to no stop this one. And if he can continue going on at an okay clip, he might again find himself finishing in the top 10. So he's currently 6 seconds ahead of Peter Thrower and Turmo, who are duking out. So Peter Thrower has got by Turmo in the pit stop sequence. But Turmo wanting to get that position back. So that's the next big battle on track at the moment. Turmo all over the back of Peter Thrower. And this is a battle we're used to seeing in real life. 888 Race Engineering versus DJR Team Penske, albeit for first, second or third place instead of 6 and 7.
And at this time of the year, back in 2017, it was more than likely the other way around.
So Redmond fastest lap of the race. But Lime Mitch also very quick. 11.8 for Lime Mitch. 12.0 Hans Brunswick. 11.81 for Tim Redmond with that fastest lap of the race. And,
there's not too many battle packs going around. Scotty Stancliffe, after his penalties back in 17th racing, Matt Cecil and Taipan. He's down 15 positions from his original starting position of second. But other than that, everyone seemed to be fairly spaced out.
Yeah, and we've just had Brapp get overtaken by Turmo. A thrower here. Oh, and he's gone around. He's in the fence. But he's got a little bit of a gap to Burko in 8th, who's got ahead of his teammate. Higginson's yet to pit by the looks of it. He's in 9th. Picardo in 10th. And then he's got Braxton, Freakish, very close together behind him. And then there's Coxey looking to make his way up. Will be interesting to see how far Stancliffe can get down the road. He'll be wanting a little bit of luck and pace.
Higginson nearly runs into the side of Dane there, just coming off the train tracks. Heart and mouth stuff.
Oh, he's got a serve there from Braxton. He's trying to get himself into the pits. He's struggling big time out there. But
right out sideways. Tail happy there.
That is speeding in the pits. He's come in way too hot. He's not practiced the pit entry, so we will see.
He's had a massive dip. He's had a massive go in the pit entry there, but yeah, he's going to get penalised for that, mate.
Yeah, that might even be so bad. It might even be a stop go, but yeah, that'll definitely be a drive-through penalty. As still contact between Burko and Brapp there. Brapp just struggling along at the moment. He's got 3 laps and change to go. And Turmo's dropped off the back of Peter Thrower here. Back towards the front end of the field. In the pit stop sequence, Lime Mitch lost out about 3 seconds to Redmond and Brunswick. So those guys battling in the end did cost them a chance to at least get right back with Lion Mitch as we see the inevitable
penalty.
F.
Yeah, inevitable penalty for Nathan Higginson. So big F in the chat for Nathan Higginson there. But I think the next, the big battle is again Brunswick and Redmond, and as we saw last round, they're quite fond of each other.
They're not afraid to touch panels, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a bit touchy-feely down there between these two. Snipes, he lost a bit of time in the whole sequence, but if these guys battle, he'll be right there.
Yep, so come through turn 3. Oh, it's a bit slow on the apex there, but kind of sort of blocked him anyway, so it's not too bad for Hans as they go through the Parklands section of the course. Over the curb, great shot of the cars going on 3 wheels there. There's bit of oversteer moment there. Going through the chicane as they go over the train tracks there. Coming to the hairpin. Tim's going to have a look, but Hans parks it in the middle of the course there, and he's going to hold on to P2 as we come to the final corner.
Just slows it up as he exits the corner too to make sure Tim doesn't get the good run.
Could see some team tactics here. Rhodey just ahead of Hans Brunswick here. So will we see some old 1990s, late 90s, early 2000s Ferrari here, or will it just be nice and courteous?
Wait and see as Ben again having a look, letting Hans know he's in the mirrors as they come up on the back of Rhodey. Comes in through turn 3 over the curbs. Oh, Rhodey's around! Right in front of Hans, lucky to miss him. Disaster for Rhodey in the Lucas Dunbarell Motorsport car.
So,
out of all that, Hans has actually got a little bit of a gap over here.
and Rhodey's still parked down there as well.
No hesitation from Hans. Still flat on the throttle, does not give a crap about Rhodey dying in front of him.
Well, he's got more important fish to fry here. He's in a battle, life and death, second place. He wants redemption after Hidden Valley.
Yeah, Hans got to cover. He's got to cover here. As
he's very savvy, and he's made it awkward for Redmond, and he'll get a slightly better exit because of it. Very, very savvy. Left him just enough space, but planting his cars in areas that make it really, really awkward for Redmond to really make a move here. So it's going to take, I reckon, a really big dive from Redmond.
Hans is going to get sort of closed into the exit there. Redmond's got the inside line coming to turn 3. Hans can't really hold it. Can't really hold it though because the wall closes in, but Redmond's going to give him the space.
Good racing, but the problem for Redmond now is that Hans has the slipstream. This is the final lap of the race. This is for the bickies. Well, the second bickie.
Hans sort of compromised himself there, but he's still holding on to the back of Tim Redmond here. Coming over the train tracks to the hairpin.
He's going to need a big dive or a bit of luck here. I think Hans's tyres have just run out. Got Rhodey there travelling slowly. I think he's got some suspension damage or a puncture. But looks like it's all over for Hans Brunswick. But Lion Mitch, fantastic start, fantastic qualifying lap. And 2 in a row for him. Nice and easy. Redmond will come home in second in the end. Hans just couldn't quite hold on in the end, but it's a valiant effort, no doubt. And those two battling did certainly cost them a chance of the win in the end. And then, of course, NZ Snipes continuing his charge in the championship, finishing in 4th place. Just a few seconds adrift. He was hoping for a little bit more battling at the end. Peter Thrower home in a solid P5. That's his best result in a while. Termo home in 6th. Burko recovering to 7th. Dane will be kicking himself after his errors in this one. He'll come home in 8th behind his teammate. Braxton in 9th place. He a bit of dodgem car stuff there in that one, but he'll be hoping to avoid that in the next one. Freakish home in 10th. BJR Coxey, after being skittled early on in that one, recovers to 11th place, so not bad. Kemp home in 12th. And then Stancliffe recovering to 13th, so not a bad recovery drive from him. Lachlan Burke was just a fraction behind him at the death there. Just trying to have a look there. Yeah, so about a couple tenths between the two. Taipan home in 15th. Cecil in 16th. Brabham in 17th. I think that strategy didn't quite work out for him. And Lachlan Lock for Erebus in 18th. Get used to that. And then Audric Mishra in 19th. Bit of a disaster for Gary Rogers in this one. Higginson home in 20th. Cecil Justin, that is, in 21st. Brian Walsh in 22nd. Cheese in 23rd, followed by Rhodey in 24th after his late dramas. Steve Warwick in 25th. Glenn Miles, Steve Warwick, a non-finisher. Glenn Miles, a non-finisher. And unfortunately, also Pierre Roy, a non-finisher.
Yep, great job, Line Mitch. Another win tonight. And like I said, in Hidden Valley, it is crucial for his championship chances against Tim Redman. Hans Brunswick, I said he would have to be careful towards the end of that race to look after those tyres, and in the end, it just, as you said, Lewis, it looked like he ran out of rears. And yeah, Tim Redman, good job to sneak past Hans and get a second place.
Yeah, I think in the end there, he had to take the gamble with the undercut with the strategy. Sometimes it works, sometimes it didn't. It got him that track position in the end, but just couldn't quite hold on in the end there, Rossi.
Yeah, no, just that early pit stop compared to Redmond definitely not hurt his chances, but he would have loved for the race to finish a lap earlier. That way he could have got his second place ahead of Redmond. But other than that, a good battle with Redmond, a nice move around the outside after coming through the pits and holding him out for 7 or so laps with Redmond on 1 lap fresher tyres was a good ding-dong battle to watch.
Yeah, so those guys continuing their sparring match from Hidden Valley, putting on a nice show. Snipes a little bit distant in this one, but still picking up a solid result there in 4th place in thrower. That's one of his better results since one of the opening couple rounds, that's for sure. He's shown some decent pace around a number of places, but just hasn't had the luck. This time, though, it was his teammate that had the bad luck. After jumping the start, just creeped a fraction early. If he had been just a fraction later, he would have probably had a lightning start. But yeah, just slip of the clutch, and well, that's a drive-through penalty right there on the spot. So after building up quite a good run of races, unfortunately for Scott Stancliffe, he's certainly taken a big dint in his hopes of moving up the standings there.
Yep. Just a bit too eager on the loud pedal there, I reckon, at the start. Yeah, it's not ideal for his championship chances. But did he finish 8th by memory, or is he outside the top 10?
He was 13th, so he's got a bit of work to do in this one.
Yeah, it's a shame because yeah, he was pretty quick in practice and qualifying. I think only 3/10
Couple
off
tenths
Line
off Tim.
Mitch. Yeah, and yeah, it's just a shame, but I'm sure if his pace, I think he'll still get a decent result if he can stay out of trouble.
Yes. Go, Rossi.
Help if you unmute yourself. Yeah, what I was saying, Scotty is definitely even though he's starting where he is and for race 2, he's definitely if he can make the right strategic choices for this race, putting on some softs at the right time and pitting at the right time ahead of others, he can make up some good positions where other drivers up ahead of him are battling for position harder. So if he can follow those guys through, he's not totally out of it. So he's definitely on for a good result if he can keep a clean race going.
Yeah, certainly sorry about that. I was just had to get myself back into the game. Also, just snacking on some Gerald Lee raspberry bullets.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, just waiting here for the game to update itself here.
It's like Crompo, the 04 Bathurst, just stuffing his face in while while the action's unfolding. So yeah, enjoying those raspberry bullets there, mate.
Yeah, mate. I wish I could eat them a little bit more rigorously than what I can right now. But
yeah, right.
But certainly post-race, when I give you guys the reins for the interviews, I'll be snacking down on a handful. But
Look, our professional pundit Hans Brunswick, you can hear him sometimes eating in the Supercars broadcast, so I don't see why you can't.
yeah, I believe the Phillip Island broadcast, where there was many memorable moments from that one.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
One of yours, I certainly voted for your moment in that one. Certain driver was in the fence and a bit of voice breaking action. So
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's quite a memorable moment. But no, it was a blast. I think joining Nether and Hans in the commentary box for that round, it was a pretty intriguing race. We had a lot of battles for the top step there. But yeah, it was great fun, and yeah, it was good to have a bit of a laugh, and yeah, as I said before, a bit of a memorable moment.
certainly was. No, almost up there with the enthusiasm one would show when someone blows an engine at Bathurst when they're leading with a handful of laps to go. It was quite a memorable moment, that one. For some, it was for a good reason. For others, it was for a rather depressing reason, and for some, it was rather embarrassing, but also quite an enjoyable moment. So
I got the win because of that, so yeah, it was quite enjoyable for me.
Yeah, but like we discussed last stream, you were carried by Lime Mitch. You should have.
Oh yeah, right, yeah. The team managers at Volvo, they just stuck me the minimum laps, and yeah, just let Mitch just carry on through and pump up the quick lap time. So yeah, go Mitch.
Well, we're seeing it here tonight. I mean, it hasn't had the most ideal preparation in the lead up for tonight, but able to take the second win at Hidden Valley and then smacked it on pole position in race one and driven away here again in race number 1 from Townsville. So
yeah, it just proves you don't need 100 laps and 80 hours of practice to do well in the series.
What are you trying to say?
Yeah, it's a bit of
bit
of a big call there from our man BT. But just seeing here in the chat, we're just waiting on one more to rejoin the server here. Aaron Kemp, I don't think he was the man that was coming to rejoin, and then we should tick over for race number 2 here. All right, the grid is now being sorted out. Now, just we'll have a look at the Pleb Hub here. We didn't get a chance to do it in before race number 1, but as you can see, 14 laps. Question mark over the hard tyre. Obviously, everyone's gone for the soft here. I do reckon people could make the hard tyre last. I have done a little bit of running around here. You can make the hard tyres last to the end. It's all a question of fuel. Well, that could be a setup issue. We don't know. But the testing I did, you can definitely make it without stopping on the hard tyre. It's all about the fuel. So you would need to do fuel saving, but the way the racing's gone by here, if you're in that midfield pack, it may be worth that gamble.
Well, that's probably the get out of jail card that Scott needs. Like we said before, he's not in a totally bad position, but strategic wise, he probably could go for that hard option and go for either a no stop or a late charge on soft tires.
Possibly. I think if you are going to pit, you have to go soft. Because he is going to need that initial pace. Otherwise, he's just going to let those fast guys go early on. Because he's not too far away from Lime Mitch. Only 3 positions off the start. Starting in 13th with Lime Mitch with the reverse top 10 starting in 10th. So if he can just get a good start, get through the first couple corners and make up a spot here or there, he shouldn't be too far away from some of those other fast runners that he may be able to follow through the field. But that start is massively important for Stancliffe in race number 2 here.
Yep, and see a couple of names starting at the front. Dane Liccardo will start in P3. So, and Braxton as well, P2, and Freakish going to start from the first place. So, so what was that, Lewis?
I was just trying to think. Is that did Freakish finish in 10th place? I'm just can't remember the back end.
Yep, he did.
So there we go. It's going to be a very colourful front row with see the Rainbow Warrior car on Freakish for Brad Jones Racing on my screen. The old Dick Percat Albert Park livery. But, now we wait for everyone to jump in. Looks like everybody has made it in, thankfully. 26 cars, so we have had someone drop out between races, but still, guys, massive field, and it's fantastic to see. Love to see it.
I think you originally had 28 cars down for this series, and to get 26 and 27 nights. A good
Outstanding.
It was actually initially 26 that we had to expand to 28, so there we go. But here we are, the formation lap. I might as well do the formation lap this time and give the other two a break. Alright, so Freakish starting from pole position in the Rainbow Warrior car. Alongside him, Braxton Stancliffe got a golden opportunity to pick up some solid points here. Same with Dane Liccardo. He'll have redemption on his mind. If he can get a good start here, guys, he could nick a podium or possibly a win if he can just keep it nice and steady. But that's always a big if when Dane Liccardo's involved. Steve Burko, obviously our reigning champion. If he can get away nicely, he could be able to build up a lead. And then we have Termo in P5 looking for more consistency. Same with Peter Thrower. They're going to continue their battle. They'll have NZ Snipes behind them in 7th. Hans Brunswick in 8th place in the Lucas Dumbrell Motorsport car. That's way too high from what it was in real life. Tim Redmond in 9th place, followed by Liam Mitch in 10th. The race 1 winner. Daniel Cox in 11th. He'll be looking for his big break in this one after a bit of bad luck in the first race here. And then we have Darren Kemp in 12th. Stancliffe looking to make his way back up the field and hopefully not jump the start this time. He'll start from 13th place. Lock in 14th, followed by Taipan in 15th place. And then we have Matt Cecil for Rodnash Racing / Super Cheap Auto Racing. And then we have Brap in 17th. And you can book it, take it to the bank that he's probably going to go hard to go long again. Lachlan Lock for Erebus Motorsport in 18th. Again, Erebus fans, get used to that because that's what happens when you've got Barry running the show. Not Urjit Mishra in 19th place. Nathan Higginson in 20th. Justin Cecil for Erebus in 21st. Brian Walsh in 22nd for Brightech. And then we have Cheese in 23rd position. Rhodey in 24th. Steve Warwick in 25th. Go Rhodey, hashtag Rhodium. And hashtag GoHans, and Pierre Roy with my game now giving me his livery, thankfully. He will start from 26th position.
So, race 2, for Townsville. What will I have in store for us? We'll find out once either Glenn Miles or Brian Walsh find their grid spot.
No, we'll find out after the break when the big guns take to the track. As Lion Mitchell's got his lights on, he's turned them off. Alright, here we go.
5 red lights.
And
they're out, and here we are.
No jump starts. Looks like a good start from Burko here. Solid start from Hans as well. But here we go, turn 1. It does narrow up here. So hopefully...
Pinball.
Look out for the pinball in the back there. There's a number of cars in the fence there. Burko, big dive at turn 1. Big dive. And he's going to have the inside. Burko's going to be into the lead here. It's turn 3.
Yeah, pretty clean through turn 2, sorry.
Contact between Thrower and...
around, he's in the fence.
And there's contact between Brunswick and Thrower.
He's going to have to wait. Yep, good smart drive from Braxton. He waited till the whole field cleared and he's on his way.
Yep, so Burko, who was retired for all but 5 minutes. Is into the lead. Freakish holding on to second place, but he's right out sideways through the double right-hander as we go over the train tracks. He's got Hans Brunswick all over the back of him. Brunswick's got to get a move on though, because Redmond's only a few spots away and is able to... Well, I don't think there's any contact there between himself and Freakish, so good driving between the pair of them. Nice respect. A little bit further back, and we've got Liccardo, Redmond, and Thrower side by side, 3 wide. Thrower was on 2 wheels. The big dips happening here, and well, that's given actually Liccardo a bit of a hand there. He's got a little bit of a gap as these two now side by side through turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's on for young and old out here, but Steve Burko, he's fired up. He is fired up here. He is clearing the field. He's got about a 2-second lead, so watch out for Burko this race.
A big dip from the big man, and he's having a crack. And Freakish here is actually sticking with Hans Brunswick here.
Oh,
So
Mistress in the wall. Oh, it's half in the wall.
a bit of lag there, by the look of it. But Stancliffe is up 4 spots. He's actually right behind Lion Mitch, who usually, we're used to seeing him make up a heap of spots at the start, but he's actually only gone up the 2 spots, and he's stuck behind Snipes, who's stuck behind Thrower, and Thrower has got Redmond just ahead of him.
Here we go, Stancliffe and Lion Mitch.
These two do not like each other.
They do not like each other. As Coxie's giving Stancliffe that big curry up as they pole through the last corner. As
Burko, he's holding on here, 2 seconds.
Holding on.
Retirement's done him well.
He just needed a 5-minute break and he's back at it, so maybe he should retire more often. As got Thrower now under a threat from Snipes, who's up the inside, and he gets the job done. Thrower taking the wider line, trying to switch back, and Lion Mitch was a bit awkward there. He almost ran into the back, and he had to wait to turn in, and Stancliffe just switched to the inside.
Stancliffe gonna cut him off at the exit.
No, he's giving him space.
Oh.
He's giving him space.
Yeah, good driving. Good driving.
And it's good to see the 2 big rivals that do not like each other. Giving each other a bit of racing room there. Good to see. And now we've got Redmond and Liccardo battle joined.
Stancliffe, as we said before the race, showing his pace, and he's already up into 8th place, so he's doing a good job in the Blake Red Bull machine.
Oh, we got Freakish. He was doing such a good job. He's ran wide at the hairpin, and it's going to be... Oh, I reckon they might go 3 wide here in the final corner. Liccardo is going to box himself out here as he's on the outside. But, well, he's somehow able to hold on to 4th place. But big battle here for 3rd place. Train behind Freakish is huge. They're going to go side by side through 1. You better look out here. You might lose a couple spots. Got Snipes having a look as well. Redmond having a look. They're all wide. There's a little bit of contact. But Liccardo's got the position for now. And Freakish going to fest. No, he's going on the offense.
Big dive. He's got the move done.
Oh, Liccardo's around.
Liccardo's in the fence.
He's just too heavy on the loud pedal. He's thrown it away there. Just too eager to get going. And now he has to wait for the entire field to pretty much go by.
Oh no, disaster for the young gun. Doing pretty well in the early phases, and I think just a bit too loud. It's a bit too much on the loud pedal in the heat of the moment, and he's ruined his race.
And now Freakish is already lost out to Snipes and Redmond, and he's going to lose out a couple more spots here. He's just struggling a bit here. He's doing well in the first couple laps, but he's thrown it away with a couple mistakes here. We've got a car down the escape road. That's Termo. He's done. He's off at the hairpin.
Battle for the lead, guys. Down to 8/10 of a second as Hans Brunswick sets the fastest lap of the race with 12.4.
Oh,
good job.
Almost had contact between Roy and I think that's Warwick down there as well, as we're just trying to work our way to the leaders there. Thankfully, contact avoided, but yeah, we'll cut back to the lead. Liccardo down to 22nd, our Termo down to 26 after their mistakes, but these front two, 6.5 seconds clear of Redmond.
Yeah, they're good mates, these Burko and Brunswick, so we shouldn't see too much of a bit of carnage here, so it should be some good racing. As
I think I'm tipping a car on their roof here.
Oh, you reckon? Okay, alright, we'll go with that.
Yeah, big dip. There's going to be a big dip. There's going to be contact. A clip of a curb. It's going to knock the car the wrong way, and there's going to be a rollover.
So is that an automatic DNF?
No. This is Super 2, mate. This isn't the main series, so that rule's not in place. No JP rule here. But this is going to be a very intriguing battle. Burko just looking for a bit of pride from this season and another race win. Hans Brunswick, he's just out here for a bit of fun, pride, and a race win as well. So these two, there will be respect shown, but at the same time, I reckon the longer this race goes on, the more desperation between these two will be shown.
Yep, of course they partnered with each other for the Bathurst 500 in the beautiful presented AlphaTauri racing car, the
Hard-
Holden ZB.
Yeah, a hard best racing entry.
Yep.
I think that was number 26, I believe.
Jump second at the Bathurst 500.
Yep, P2, solid effort. Take advantage of the last minute drama that was the Bathurst 500.
I think the whole race was a bit of a drama. Server issues, timing issues, engine issues, game issues. It's just all happening.
Nightmares.
Me rear-ending Kurt Stenberg during the safety car.
Pierre Roy with the black flag.
Yeah.
It
all happened.
Here. Now, so 2 leaders are in the pits. So anyone in the midfield here looking to dive in for a short stop? Oh, we've got Peter Thrower. And I've also got, that is Mishra, both into the pits. I wonder though, it looks like, we'll cut back to it and have a quick look. I wonder if Thrower come in a bit too quickly here. So we'll just ride on board and just see if he's gone a little bit too quickly over the line there. Does he pull it up? Ooh, I reckon he's in trouble here. Thrower, I reckon maybe in a bit of trouble here. So look out for that one when he exits the pits. Should see something flash on the screen. But NZ Snipes now is got Stancliffe for company as my Mitch Stancliffe make their way ahead of Nathan Higginson.
Higginson having a shocker round, absolute shocker. It's just, don't think he had he didn't put enough time into practice to really show. He's a quick driver, especially in Mitch has a bit of sideways. He's a quick driver, and unfortunately,
I thought Burko was gone there. It's sideways at the hairpin. He's coming into the pits, but yeah, continue.
Higo, he's done very well in the Santa Corsa ATCC Championship over at ACADS. He's leading that championship actually. So, yeah, I think with more practice, I think Higo can do it. He can have a really decent result. But yeah, in a bit of a struggle streak in this round.
Yep. So our leader's now in the pits, and he unlaps himself. Redmond also in, and Snipes in, Stancliffe in, Lime Mitch in, Freakish and Coxie.
Who stayed out in that lead pack?
Was it Hans? And
Hans has jumped him.
Yeah, so there we go. A little bit of difference in the fuel there, and Hans out in what will be the lead. But who has stayed out? Lachlan Burke has stayed out for position. But his pit crew are getting ready here. And Dane Liccardo has stayed out as well, so he's taking a big risk. And looking at his car, I think he's had a couple adventures into a couple of fences and tyre barriers around here looking at his car. But there we go, the big news of the race. Hans Brunswick has closed down Burko, finds himself into the lead after a fantastic stop from Lucas Dumbrell Motorsport. I don't know how that's happened. Maybe they've given the crew meth or something, I don't know, but
Pierre Royce is disqualified.
Yeah, he's done. Unfortunate. I'm guessing he's not served his penalty that he got given a couple laps ago, or he tried to serve it, but he served the wrong one. So maybe he went to do a drive-through, but he had a stop-go, or he had a stop-go when he tried to do a drive-through. And yeah, so Brunswick coming up to Brapp and Liccardo, who have yet to pit. Lachlan Locke is coming into the pits. Liccardo is in. He's not called his pit crew though, so it may cost him time. But will Brapp cause a little bit of a hiccup for Hans Brunswick as these guys come up to put a move on? Doesn't look like.
Yeah, well, technically Brapp is racing for position, so yeah, he doesn't really need to get out the way here. But yeah, respectful for Brapp, just letting Hans pass through, and I bet he will give the same respect to Burko as he always parks him at the apex as I say that. But yeah, like I said, he doesn't need to get out of the way.
He's definitely part of the Go Hans fan club then.
Yep.
Yeah, just remember.
Oh, Burko getting a bit unsettled on that bump. It's quite a dangerous little bump that on the exit there. If you don't have a real good setup car for the rear, it tends to let go around there, and you could find yourself in a bit of trouble.
Yep. So you see there, Liccardo picking up a penalty, and that must be for speeding.
Like I mentioned, Stancliffe are battling out.
Yeah, 4th, 5th, and 6th and 7th are all close.
Yeah, big battle here for 5th place.
Rivals.
not too far away from Redmond, so if they play it smart, they may be able to catch him, but I don't think they will, barring a bit of luck. But we do know Stancliffe and Eli Mitch, big rivals. Could see some fireworks here at the back end.
Just squeeze him out on the entry there. Stancliffe hard racing here as they're going to play snakies on the pit straight.
I think similar to Hans, Limich is going to send it here. He'll have that mentality of wanting to get ahead as quick as he can.
Yeah.
Going to go around the outsides, deep on the brakes. Snipes is also
surely
deep.
not.
Oh, a little bit of an escort wide, but they're very close here. Still doable around the outside at turn 3. He's going to try it. He's got his nose ahead. No.
He had to back out of it. He had to back out of it. Stancliffe didn't look like he was going to give him the space on the exit there. So the battle continues as they go past the parklands section of the chicane. So as he snipes, he's edging away from this pack quite nicely.
This is exactly what Snipes wants. These two just to continue on battling. And Mitch just trying to set up a better exit here at the hairpin. Sort of had it, but lost it as he got a little bit sideways. And he's having it. Oh, here we go. Big dive.
Oh, big dip. Brap's in there as well.
No, that's good. Oh, there's contact. They're all off. It's it was just awkward. It was just awkward. We'll cut to a replay of that because I don't think there was really, in the end, much any of them could do in that situation. Brap is just struggling along out there. These two are racing each other. A bit of contact between Stancliffe and Brap.
Brap's just been fired off. It looked like it.
He did get fired off, but he's got no tyres, and Stancliffe does. So that's sort of why that happened. But Brap now down to 11th place. Actually, big battle here for 7th place. Mishra's done a great job. He's up 12 spots here in this one. He's just ahead of Coxie, who's up 3, and then Peter Thrower down 3. So Thrower's made a couple of mistakes here that stopped him a little bit down the field. So that's something to look out for the back end of the race. Burko hanging on 1.4 behind Hans. Redmond's actually slowly catching those guys at the front, but he's going to run out of time, I'd say.
Yeah, I think Redmond's chance for top 2's all but done, but a solid 3rd's a pretty good result considering the night he's had. He hasn't actually claimed a win probably for the first time all season. So the other drivers are starting to catch back up to him.
Well, maybe in the other races, but the way it stands, he's actually going to put a gap because the two drivers in front of him are well behind in the championship standings, and they're not really in the championship fight. So he's putting a gap on those that he is in a championship battle with. So my Mitch is going to need a miracle if he wants to claw back some more points here. But a little bit further back, the big battle now is for 7th place. We've got Mishra, Cox, Thrower, Freakish, and then Matt Cecil not too far away, and even Brap and Taipan a little bit further down the road as well. With actually looks like Burke and Taipan. Looks like they've just exchanged positions. Both very late on the brakes there, but we'll cut to the battle for 7th place here. And there's interesting lines being taken into the chicane here. I think Mishra is the one just holding on here, guys, and Cox looking to get a move done.
Yeah, Mishra doing very well, considering his limited practice time here as Coxie's got to go for it. Gives him the space on the exit. What a move if you can get it to stick. Mishra struggling for traction out of there as he's going to be on the inside here.
And here we go. Thrower might be... He might get 2 for 1. Yeah, he might go 2 for 1 here. They're going to go 3 wide into turn 1.
Drag race. Drag race is into turn 1. Who's going to give? You can't go 3 wide through here. Surely not.
So will Coxie make a move into turn 1? He's going to try it. They're going to go 3 wide.
Oh, Mishra nearly ran out of road there.
And Coxie, that slide on the exit cost him. He probably would have had the run there into 3. Oh, contact. And now Thrower's going to try and go around the outside of turn 3. But, and in the end, there's no positions changed as of yet.
Nope.
So.
Yeah, can't really make a move through here cleanly as they all tuck in as Freakish compromising his line through the chicane. as Matt Cecil's looking for a move for 10th place as we go to the hairpin. Coxie's got an unbelievable run. He's gonna try and make a move on Mishra here, but Mishra's
He's wide for the fence. And
he scraped the tyre barriers there.
And looks like Matt Cecil looking to make a move at the final corner. He's right behind Freakish. No, he's backed out of it. But now can Mishra get a run and try and get at least one of those positions back? He's going to have a bit of a tow. He will be close enough
Mishra's
to
got a bump from Stancliffe. Sorry, guys, but the game's still on for 5th place here. I thought it was over, but Stancliffe he's closing in on Light Mix here in the last lap. As looks like he's knocked the Holden badge off the front grille there.
Well, thankfully there's plenty of Holden signage around the car to let people know what kind of car it is. I reckon there's a little bit of a nudge there as well. But we'll cut to the front. Burko's been able to cut the lead down. And we'll just have a quick squeeze here. Contact between the two, and I reckon they're going to redress that. But
it has to redress.
Hans will take the win. Burko will take second, and not Brunswick. Redmond will take third. Snipes will take fourth, with Limich in fifth. Stancliffe will recover to finish 6th place in the end there. So he didn't give it up. We'll just cut to a replay to see what happened there. So he had the run here, but he was too close to the Nissan in front. And just a little bit of contact on the way in there, and he just waited there to let Live Mitch go. Coxie, in the end, he won that battle and got home in 7th place. Looked like a spin there for Peter Thrower. I wonder if there was a bit of contact, or he just lost it on his own. No, he just lost it on his own there on the replay. And in fact, Matt Cecil coming home in 7th out of all that. So we've had Lachlan Burke in 10th and Freakish in 11th. So something's happened there with a couple of these guys that were in that little battle pack there. So Mishra's down in 20th. What's happened to him? Just cutting back to a replay here. Has he got a puncture?
He's just crossing the line now.
Well, he's had a spin and an off here. Well, let's see how quickly he goes. He's had to. Oh, that's an unsafe rejoin. Oh, that is. Yeah, that'll be talking to after the race. Looks like it was just a spin though, but just a run through. Maybe worse. So Freakish home in 11th in the end there. And then Justin Cecil home in 12th, Kemp home in 13th, Steve Warwick in 13th, Taipan home in 15th, Brap in 16th, Termo, disastrous second race for him in 17th place, Lachlan Lock in 18th, Cheese home in 19th, followed by Mishra after that late spin in 20th, Dane Liccardo in 21st, bit of a nightmare for him after his pace that he actually showed in this one, just execution and mistakes costing him in this one. Braxton actually DNF'd with a lap or two to go here on the last lap. So I'm not sure what happened there. Higginson in 23rd. Brian Walsh a lap down in 24th. Same with Rody and Pierre Roy a DQ. And that is all the runners here in this one. So again, the battle for the lead may have been not as entertaining as what it has been in some other races we've had this season. It's still fairly intriguing for the most part, but behind that though, we did have, again, some really, really good battles up and down the field.
Been some good battles all night. Some very strong, hard battles. Some went a little bit close to the edge of some bumping and bruising, but it was all tit for tat stuff, and people were addressing positions where needed. But some very good racing all out tonight, and some great watching, especially at Hidden Valley with some of the battles there.
Yeah, we expected a bit of carnage, but I thought that it was reasonably clean. I think, like Rossi said, good respect between drivers. You made a mistake. You sometimes hit them, fire a car off, but there's respect in it, and you redress the position, and it's all fair. It's all fair. So it was great driving by everyone, and good to see a few different names on the podium.
Certainly, it's good to see Steve Burko back up there, especially after a lengthy retirement. So for him to get second and hold the lead for so long, certainly encouraging. Hopefully we do see him retire and come back even stronger for the next round and for the rest of the season. Also good to see Freakish was up there for a couple laps. It's just those couple spins he had. If he didn't make those, I reckon he would have been a chance for a top 6 or 7 here, maybe even a top 5. But again, in the end, with a lot of these racing here, it's all about mistakes. If you don't make one, you do end up in a good position, and that's why you generally see the same top 6 or 7 guys, because they don't make the mistakes. But yeah, some good racing up and down the field in this one, and yeah, I have to say, I think we're all a little bit worried with such a big field around Townsville, which does have a habit of throwing up some monster crashes. And curveballs is actually quite good out there. There was, of course, some incidents, but for the most part, I mean, that was a really clean. People gave each other space, and thankfully there was no massive 10 reefs happening.
Yeah, we didn't see anything close to Gold Coast for our supercar season, so that's very good to see here, especially how close and narrow the circuit gets in Turn 1 too.
Yeah, so...
and no plane crash, like in another race at the same circuit in another league that I don't think we'll mention because of the severity of the incident. So yeah.
Yeah, everybody in this one, for the most part, able to live to fight another day, thankfully. But, well, that's both the races, or both the rounds done. And why don't we cut to the interviews? And Rossi, why don't you take over the box and interview the drivers that managed to get onto the podium, as well as take some race wins here from Townsville.
Beautiful. I've got some little questions prepared, but I'd like to, we should make a special mention to Steve Burko, coming out of retirement after 20 minutes after the Hidden Valley round. How'd you see your Townsville round play out after your retirement?
Yeah, mate, I'll tell you what, geez, it's like the second coming of Jesus. Dano told me, or he asked me if I could still race with him, and I said, well, all right, fine, I'll just do it, and yeah. And ended up being really good. Worked with Hans and a few of the other guys, and yeah, like the race just felt really good. I like this track, so yeah.
Now, well, like Lewis said, we hope to see you probably go into retirement again and come back even stronger for the next round. So yeah, best of luck for then.
Yeah, you want to make me the third coming? No. I'll keep racing.
We'll see.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers, mate. We should go to our race 1 winner in line, Mitch. You had a good start then. You obviously got your 4th win for that race 1, but after a slow start to the season, you've actually made a pretty good charge for the championship. With your strong results you've seen actually lately, do you think you're in a shot for this championship still?
Yeah, I would hope so. I think still with the endurance rounds to go, I think I should still be up there.
But just overall tonight, how do you see your Townsville rounds play out?
I was alright. I tried something in race 2 with the setup. It didn't quite work out, so I reverted back for the second stint, and yeah, kind of played out as expected. Didn't quite have the pace, but hopefully we'll sort that out for next round.
Too easy, all right. Yeah, well, best of luck for the coming round, mate.
Thanks.
And we should go to our race 2 winner, Hans. I think that's your second win after your win at Hidden Valley, if I'm right.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's always nice to get another race win, but Townsville is a track that I've done plenty of laps on, and those who know will know what I mean. But it's we have a pretty good setup here. We just roll it out of the truck and out of the box. It's great. So clearly my driving wasn't as quick tonight as some of the other guys, but in race 2, I thought I was able to carve through the field a little bit better than some of the others, and ended up really being good. So had a good race with everyone tonight. And can I just say, the competition level in this series has stepped up so much. It's actually like I actually break a sweat racing it now. It's amazing. But I think a lot of guys there are on the way to a promotion to the main series. But no, it's been very good, very fun nights racing.
Did you manage to get a word with Thomas Mazura tonight, or was he stuck in quarantine?
No, he's at the golf course again. So
Ah.
I think the PGA Seniors Tour is starting up again. So Thomas is all the way over there.
Too easy. And we'll make sure he shows up for next round, mate, because he is a loved character of this series.
Yeah, the problem with him is that he likes these cars called Porsches. The engines are in the wrong place. They're in the back. They're behind the rear axle. A bit strange, but apparently he likes them that way. But no, we hope to see Thomas back soon, and hopefully I can make all 4 races on another night like tonight. It was good.
Too easy then, mate. Well, best of luck for your future coming rounds, and hopefully, we do see you show up for all races.
Yeah, thanks, Rossi. Thanks, boys.
Thanks, mate. We should head to Tim, our championship leader. Not the best total rounds by your standards, but you've actually still managed to pull a little bit of a gap in the championship. How'd you see your races specifically at Townsville tonight, player?
Yeah. Once again, I'm still trying to be consistent, and I think that shows in the results tonight. I think I got a second and a third, so I'm actually pretty happy all around. Hans highlighted the fact that competition, in particular this weekend or this night, has been really, really high level. So I'm really privileged to be racing among these drivers who are up and coming and getting faster every week. So keep it going. I hope you push me off the podium one day soon.
And I think just looking at live races, I think you did nearly over probably 300 laps in total for tonight's both races. Did you feel like you actually had to put in that much for these coming rounds? Did you actually expect the competition level to be this high for these rounds?
I've actually put a fair amount of time in, not only myself, but helping some of the drivers around me as well. So I've been doing a lot of coaching, and a lot of that involves driving. And we've been using the shared server to do that. And I think some of the drivers have shown that training's really worked out for them. So not all on me. Half that time was spent with others as well, and hopefully that's shown through.
Yeah, no, well, thanks for your time tonight, and I know a lot of the drivers do appreciate the effort that you've actually put in to help them for these rounds. So thanks for your time, and best of luck going forward.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Rossi.
All right, if you want, we'll head back to you, Lewis.
All right, I think that's that's everybody that finished on the podium and won the races tonight. So I gotta say, great night of racing in all the races. Massive field, so big shout out to everybody that showed up tonight. Big thanks to Luke, who put in a great shift tonight. Rossi with the interviews and all that stuff again. Community's coming on really good. Now, those that have stuck around or will come and watch this later on, we do have a couple of announcements that we're not going to make tonight, but there will be coming regarding some series that AMSOZ are running in the future. So stuff like supercars and a couple other sort of series that will be up and running for the group. We will be making them fairly soon in the coming week or two, so keep your eyes out on that on the Facebook page. So if you do search for Automobilista Australia in Facebook, you're able to find us there, and from there there's also a Discord channel as well that's linked in one of the I think in the announcements or the about page. But fantastic racing up and down the field, and the Summer Series and Super 2 continues to go from strength to strength, guys.
Mate, doesn't it ever? Tonight's probably, we keep saying this every round, but tonight's probably been the best racing we've seen this series. And hopefully it just keeps getting better, because tonight was some great racing, some close racing, and some fierce battles at some tricky circuits might we add.
Just echoing Rossi's points. Great racing and clean racing, and it's something we want to promote, especially in the Super 2 series, which is development, the main series, and we encourage that to carry on through to not only the main series but to other series that we do in the future. So good job by everyone tonight, and like Rossi said, brilliant racing once again.
Yeah, so hopefully that this kind of level continues to improve, and everybody continues to improve throughout the season. But we'll just bring up the schedule here. Hasn't been updated. Again, some issues with...
Come on, mate.
Hold on. Just to hold on. But some admin issues with Pleb Airlines. They're a bit busy trying to get some new planes and such. So we've done Darwin and Townsville. Next two races, lads. Queensland Raceway, which the group actually hasn't raced for a little while, and Sydney Motorsport Park, which you ask obviously Luke over here. He's not too much of a fan of either of them, and they've quite. I reckon they're going to throw up some interesting racing regarding strategy, and they're also going to be quite tricky for these drivers to tame.
Yeah, probably two of the worst tracks in Australian motorsport, in my opinion. But from an unbiased point of view, tricky tracks, pretty technical, especially Sydney Motorsport Park. Queensland Raceway, even though I'm speaking from an unbiased opinion, terrible track, terrible racing. But yeah, go back to Sydney. It rewards a good setup. So I mean, as much as I like to bag out people who do 80 hours of practice, I think you're better off because it rewards a really good setup because of its nature.
Yeah, it's going to be. I do expect it's at SMP there to be probably a little bit of a bigger gap between the field. But that's where if some of the midfield guys just play it right with strategy, we could see them, steal a result here or there from some of the guys that may be a little bit faster than them. So that's going to be something to look out for. And certainly from Queensland Raceway, I do expect the hard tyre to probably be the optimum tyre because I don't think the softs, just particularly the rear left guys, I don't think that tyre is going to last particularly long around that circuit.
No, especially when they're leaning all on the left tyre except for the two left-handers in the middle of the circuit. So they're going to be leaning on that tyre for a majority of the way, and it's not going to have a life. So I think the hard tyre is definitely going to be the way to go there.
Yeah, so that will be coming up. Let me just sort myself out here. I've got to actually find the calendar because it was updated, and I should know
come on,
serious. But just bear with me. One moment. So that will be coming next week. So next week we'll have rounds 8 and 9, Queensland Raceway and Sydney Motorsport Park, the 22nd of January. And then on the 29th we have Sandown International with the first of the single race enduro. Well, they're not really enduros, but first of the longer races, which also I reckon they're going to throw up a bit of a curveball as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to them.
It's not a co-driver around, is it?
No co-drivers, but should still be interesting. All
yeah.
All right.
Drivers. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Lewis.
No. You finish.
I was just gonna say, drivers are pretty used to sprint racing. So yeah, it's just gonna be interesting how they, tackle the longer formats.
Yeah, should certainly be interesting. Obviously, thanks again to Luke and Brendan for joining me in the commentary box and giving me a hand. Of course, Nether for the server, and of course everybody that raced and watched tonight for putting up a fantastic show. You'll catch us next week. But until then, take it easy. Have a good one.
Go Hearts.
See you later.